Good morning, Culers. It is time to wake up and Barca. Big news today that we're going to be covering in today's Wake Up and Barca episode. Let's jump over here and take a quick look. Yes, we have Granada versus Barcelona this upcoming weekend. Before we get to that, we are going to talk about the injury woes, but the big headline coming out of the Camp Nou, my friends, is Philippe Coutinho has reached a 6-month loan deal with Aston Villa. We will talk about all those details. That's going to be our leading story for today. And of course, we'll talk about any of the other headlines that come up from the Camp Nou. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel so you can be part of the conversation while we catch up with all the news coming out of the Camp Nou, have a little caffeine, catch up with each other, and start our day. Before we get into any of those headlines, let's go ahead and kick things off the right way, my friends.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are now tuning in to the undefeated Mustache John.
All right, good morning. My apologies for not having this scheduled ahead of time. Don't know what I was thinking. Apparently, I'm just off my routine and didn't have this scheduled yet. So we're here. We're live. It is Wake Up in Barca. We've got the news to cover. And like I said, we are going to start, my friends, with this one right here. Let's go ahead and jump over to screen number 2. Fabrizio Romano has confirmed Philippe Coutinho set to join Aston Villa on loan from Barcelona. It's a done deal. Here we go. Agreement completed after direct contact today morning. I think he meant this morning. Loan until the end of the season. Aston Villa will pay the main part of the salary. Announcement today as per Juan Martí, who I'm not familiar with, but if he's the source, I'm following that gentleman. Whoops. No,
Ladies and gentlemen.
No. Man, I was on a good streak. I wasn't keeping track, but I was on a good streak of not redoing that intro. Anyway, so folks, listen. Here are my thoughts on Coutinho. I'm a fan of Coutinho. I liked him at Liverpool. I was excited when he came over for Barcelona. I realized that he came at a price tag that did not really reflect his true value. That was out of his hands, though. It's not like he demanded that. It's not like that was, his plan. All right, that was because we had that happened because we had a huge dump load of cash from Neymar. We were desperate to sign somebody, and everybody knew it. So limited options, a lot of money. Liverpool raked us over the coals on that one. So despite his price tag, which, again, you cannot blame him for, he never really fit into the Barcelona system. He never really got to play in an attacking midfielder role. He was always asked to play on the left wing or in a box-to-box role in the midfield. He's creative on the ball. I like watching him play. They call him the little magician. He just didn't work out. Okay, so you got to acknowledge when something just isn't the right fit. All right, so he's going to go to Aston Villa. The reports that I'm seeing are that Villa are going to pay 65% of the salary. That leaves about 35% for Barcelona to cover, which, yeah, you don't want to be paying for a player that's not at your club. But, again, desperate times. So I think it's good for Coutinho. He gets a fresh start. He gets to link up with his former Liverpool teammate, Steven Gerrard, who is current manager at Aston Villa. Aston Villa are, I think, 13th in the table, something like that? No, they're above that. Let me look, actually. EPL table, because I was just talking about this. So where are Villa in the table? Yeah, 13th. Okay, so not wrong. But they are 5 points away from the top 10, 4 points away from the top 10, 3 points, excuse me. Check my eyes, 22 to 25. 3 points away from the top 10. So good spot for him. He gets to go back to the EPL, familiar with the manager, fresh start. Best of luck to Coutinho. Oh, okay. Other news, before I turn to the chat, I will turn to the chat here in just one moment. We want to go over some other news for Barcelona. We're going to go over injuries. We're going to do a full match preview for the match coming up against Granada. But we have our Copa del Rey opponent, which is going to be Athletic Club. Not easy, folks. Not easy at all. I'm actually quite worried about this one. Round of 16, Athletic Club give us absolute fits in tournament play. This one makes me nervous. We're going to circle back and talk about that a little bit later. Medical announcements. We do have Gavi, Dest, and Balde have tested negative for COVID. It says they're back in training. Are they going to be match fit? That's the question. Again, we'll get to a little bit of that once we get to the match preview for Granada and Barcelona. That's going to be later today. The other news... Other news, Araujo has undergone surgery, so he's going to be out. I'm seeing conflicting reports. Some people are saying 3 weeks. Some people are saying 2 months. It's a wrist injury that he had, or right hand, I should say. Excuse me. So that shouldn't keep him out for too long. He should be able to train at least. Ooh, 40% sale. Too bad they don't ship to America. Okay. Anyway, so that's where I'll turn to the chat, my folks. Those are the headlines for today. Coutinho to Aston Villa, 6-month loan. Barcelona going to have Athletic Club as their next Copa del Rey opponent. We've got Dest, Gavi, and Balde back and available. Araujo undergoes surgery. I think that's all the big news coming out of Barcelona. So let me turn to the chat, catch up with everybody, say my good mornings, and then we'll get into the match preview for Granada and Barcelona. Sem, good morning, sir. Let me fix this chat here. There we go. Prashant, hello. Referee, Coffee's here with us. Who else we got? Ernest, Ryan, hello, hello. Ryan says, I'm happy for Coutinho. Hopefully he can be good at Aston Villa and see him do well. I'm in that same boat. I don't have any ill will towards Coutinho whatsoever. I think it was just not really the match that both player and club wanted it to be. And I think that rather than seeing him just sit on the bench at Barcelona and get heckled by the fans in the way that he does, I'm happy to see him move on to a club that's probably going to appreciate him a little bit more. Let's be honest about that. And when he does well over there, it will mean significantly more than it would at Barcelona. Just saying. If you look at the players he's going to have around him, it's not a terrible club. Jack Grealish just left. That would have been interesting if Coutinho joined when Jack Grealish was still there. Let's see what else we got here. Sem says, let's hope Umtiti goes away now and then we're all right. Supposedly there are reports that we're actually not able to register Ferran Torres even with Coutinho leaving, so we got to move on at least one more person. I would suspect that would be Umtiti, but it also could be Luke de Jong. Also, folks, I don't know if anybody's really talking about it yet, but is it time to sell Ricky Puig? I know that's blasphemy for some of you, but think about it. With the emergence of Gavi and Nico, we've got those two, we've got Pedri, we've got De Jong. Is Ricky Puig our fifth midfielder? Or should we sell him for the value that he has, knowing that he's not going to get past any of those four? And then do we look down the line to bring in another La Masia player? Maybe we look in the transfer market if we got desperate, but I don't think we will. If we have those four, plus you have Sergio Roberto hanging around, plus you have Busquets hanging around. You know what I'm saying? It could be time. Balan Avo Cabo Bajo. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. I'm going to call you Bajo, if you don't mind. Tell me if you want to go by something else. But Bajo, good morning to you. Do I like Morata or Cavani? I would go Cavani 100%. Unfortunately, both are looking unlikely. I'm okay with Morata not happening. That actually doesn't make sense for me. I think it's a high probability for a flop. I think that he is 6 years and 3 clubs past when we maybe would have wanted to take a look at him at Barcelona. He doesn't fit the mold for me. He really doesn't. So I know that he's a Spanish international. I know Xavi is kind of trying to realign and reestablish that connection between Barcelona and the Spanish national team. But Morata is not the way to do it. Ferran Torres, Ansu Fati, Pedri, Gavi. That's how you make that connection. Eric Garcia, Mingueza, Balde, those gentlemen. Irfan, hello, friend. How we doing? Coffee says, Barca Universal posted a post about the current wages of Barca players on Twitter. I did see that. Let's go ahead and we can jump over there. Let me get Barca Universal. Oh, are they there right there? Nope. Hang on. Hang on. No. What are you doing here? What are you doing here? Type in this box. Barca Universal. Type on there. And let's take a look at the... Oh, that's good stats. So Philip Coutinho for Barcelona, 105 matches, 25 goals. That's still... It's not bad for a midfielder. 1 in 4. It's not terrible. Not a complete flop. Where did it all go wrong for Coutinho in Barcelona? I think just never finding a place for him on the pitch. If I had to answer that question from Barcelona, from Barca Universal, just never finding a place for him on the pitch. We were going for the Barcelona strategy rather than the Coutinho strategy. Okay. This is also what I saw. Aston Villa pay around 65% of the salary, which that is what we're looking for right now. We are looking for the salaries. They sure do tweet a lot, which I do appreciate. They have a lot of content on Barca Universal. It's good stuff over there. I'm sure we're getting to it here. Salaries. There it is. That's what we want. Okay. Is this the one that we're looking for? I didn't see a full list, but I think this is... I wonder if eSport put out a full one. Do we know, folks? Do we know? Ryan asks... Oh, here we go. Let me catch up on some things here. Hang on. Ernest says, I don't like the fact that Morata played for Real Madrid. He would be the first one in a while. I think since Saviola, maybe? I think Javier Saviola might have been the last player to play for both Madrid and Barcelona. Could be wrong. Barca Fanatic says, if Trincao, Griezmann, and Coutinho clauses are paid, we will generate 130 million and Holland could be possible. Maybe between clearing them all off of the salary cap and getting the transfer wages between Trincao, Griezmann, Coutinho, Umtiti. Possible, you guys. Possible. Referee says it's not true. They're fake. What are you referring to? Are you talking about the salaries, referee? Prashant says, isn't Neto leaving? That's another one that I forgot about. Thank you, Prashant. Neto had a miserable game. I didn't even get to some of this. So, excuse me. For those of you that watched my latest upload, titled Barcelona Are Cursed, it was basically an interruption video of the good, the bad, and the Barca match recap that I was working on. I was about halfway through working on that video, and I realized that I don't like doing these heavily produced videos. I think that is for Talk FCB, that is for Barca Media. That's very much their style, and I'm not trying to be those channels. I'm trying to just be me and be my own thing. So I realized I don't want to sit here and do a polished, produced good, the bad, the Barca. I'm upset. I'm pissed off. I'm frustrated. And so I stopped what I was doing. I put up that video. I hope people appreciate that a little bit more than doing something that was polished but not very genuine. I forget where I was even going with that. It was something from the chat. Oh, Neto. Okay. So what I didn't get to in that video was how horrible Neto was. He got saved by, I'll say, a skeptical offsides call. Also got saved by the crossbar. He was just watching the ball get curled into the far post, but thankfully hit the crossbar, and was horrendous with his passing out of the back. So you got to say no good on that one. Yeah, just Neto can go. Neto can definitely go. Anyway, sorry. Back to the chat. I think we were looking at salaries. Coffee says we can't even register Farron despite the loading of Coutinho. Just putting Haaland rumors aside for a little bit. Fair. It's hard not to get excited. I tried to downplay it. I go back and forth. Like, if you follow me on Twitter, I will talk some shit to people about the Haaland deal and it not being possible, but it is what it is. Klops and Robbers, welcome to the channel, friend. That's an awesome name. How we doing? That is too funny. Ryan Scott says, what about Griezmann? Is he back at Atletico for good, or we sell him in the summer to another club? I would assume he's going to stay at Atletico. My mustache keeps curling in my mouth here. I would assume he's going to stay at Atletico, but PSG is also maybe in the cards for him, particularly if Mbappe leaves. You got to factor that in. Frankie says, John, why are these so early? So that I can get them done, my dude. I've got a full-time job that I get to after this, so 7 a.m. is the only time that I can guarantee uninterrupted unless something wild happens. I'm here every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We're doing the news. We're catching up on things. So I apologize for my West Coasters. Listen, one day, we'll be able to do multiple segments of Wake Up in Barca. We'll be able to do a morning one, an afternoon one, and maybe even an evening one, so that we can catch multiple people. You know how they do it on like Good Morning America. They record the show and they play it at different times, but I would just go live. I would do like a 7, a 10, and a 1. Do something like that, and then maybe produce a video later that day. Do something along those lines. Ooh, Bajo asks, do you think we're going to beat Madrid in the Supercopa? Yes. I want to believe that. I really do. It's going to be tough. We've got a work cut out for us, but I just keep going back to in Xavi we trust. That's my mantra for this year. Whew. My goodness. Anyway, Klops and Robbers, I am doing well. I appreciate you asking. Referee says, by the way, hopefully Aston Villa can get Coutinho as they add $40 million option to buy. Selling him to Aston Villa would be great. It's not going to happen until the end of the season, but it's happening. It's happening, folks. Levi, what's up, brother? Turning 19 on Sunday. Fantastic. Remind me on Saturday. I'll give you a early birthday shout out. Barca Fanatic says the thing people forget is salary caps. Will get updated in summer again. The salary cap is tight now, but won't be forever. So salary-wise, Haaland won't be impossible. So multiple things are true there. Depending on our annual income, our salary cap could change. We can also continue to move players along. We can continue to ask some of our captains to take a further salary cut. Piqué, Busquets, Roberto, Jordi Alba, you guys aren't going to be the core players come next season. I can guarantee it that there's going to be conversations that, if not by the end of this year, by the start of next year, it's going to be De Jong in that defensive mid role. It's going to be Araujo and somebody else as the main center backs. It's going to be, well, Jordi Alba is probably still going to be on that left back side, unless Dest moves over and we find ourselves another right back. Sergio Roberto doesn't play enough to factor in that salary, so he's going to renegotiate on this current contract. So I'm just saying, we did a horrible job of succession planning, of rotating in younger players and letting these older ones go off in a respectful way that pays tribute to their legacy. But what we did is just like cut ties with Suarez and Rakitic and let other players hang around maybe a little bit too long without cutting their playing time back. So just saying, I digress. We are truly witnessing the turning of a page, a new era at Barcelona, and I'm excited for it, guys. I'm very excited for it. Speaking of excitement, we do have, like I mentioned earlier, Granada versus Barcelona. For me, that is going to be 12:30 p.m. That's Eastern Standard Time on Saturday. So we'll start our live stream right about noon. Go ahead and convert that for whatever time zone it is for you. Looking at the table going into this one, Barcelona have climbed their way up to 5th. Folks, I know things are not super optimistic right now, but for those of us that are paying attention, and for those of us that have been around all season long and remember how frustrating it was, particularly at the start of the season when we still had Ronald Koeman as our manager and we had to have all those debates match in and match out, I digress. Things are starting to turn around for Barca. We're in 5th place. We are within a match of getting into the top 3, and Real Betis and Atletico both have tough matches this weekend. Real Betis playing Rayo Vallecano. Atletico Madrid are playing Villarreal. So Vallecano are trying to get back into the top 5. If they get a win, they're going to be right behind us, assuming that we get a win also. Villarreal, same situation. They're sitting in 8th. So Villarreal, Vallecano could play spoilers against Atletico and Betis. And if we do our job, get the victory against 13th place Granada away from home, we're going to be back in the top 3, my friends. Imagine that. Imagine that. Barcelona, top 3, round of 16 Copa del Rey, Europa League. If we end up getting top 3 and one of those trophies even, I think we got to call it a successful season. I think we have to. I think we got to say, realistically, based off of some of the downs that we've had this year and the low points, I should say, you got to feel pretty good about potentially ending your season with a trophy and a top 3 finish. Am I right? Would anybody argue that? All right. Are we ready to get into the lineup? One more thing I guess we should cover, just form going in. Barcelona have won 2 of their last 3 and have only lost once in their last 5. Granada, though, also really on good form. 3 wins in their last 5, 2 of their last 3. It's not a guaranteed 3 points. We're away from home. ESPN has the win probability for Barcelona at 55%. We're going to jump over and we're going to talk about the lineups now. Here's my predicted lineup. Let me know your thoughts. There are some changes. So I know we got Dest, Gavi, and Balde back in training. I don't know if they're match fit, though. There haven't been a lot of updates on players' health as they battle the illness. By the way, I'm trying not to say the word because apparently if you say the word of what's going on around the world right now, YouTube tends to flag your video and it doesn't get shown as much. So if you picked up on me not saying the actual world about what we're all experiencing right now, it's because I don't want my video to get shut down. Anyway, folks, let's take a look at the lineup. I'm thinking Jukla gets another start on the left wing. He's on fire right now, scoring corner kicks, scoring with his feet. It's amazing to see his development. I think Luke de Jong, because again, short on options, gets the start at striker. Dembele, returning from COVID, came off the bench to save us in Copa del Rey. I hate the fact that we are so reliant on Dembele right now and he refuses to sign the contract. Let me just jump over here real quick because I am so frustrated about Ousmane Dembele and his current status not wanting to sign the contract. You guys have been here with me. You guys have heard me defend him for years. For years. Defending Dembele. Saying, hey, when he's fit, when he's healthy, he's top 3 in the world. And I still believe that. Maybe not top 3, top 5. The problem is he's never fit. The problem is he's missed almost 50% of the matches that he's been around at Barcelona. So in terms of his performance, this is what I've been rooting for. This is what I've wanted the whole time. For Dembele to be healthy, for Dembele to be influential on the pitch, for us to be able to rely on him and build a team around him. That's what I wanted. Mwah. Problem is the contract now. The timing could not be worse. Dembele's acting like this whole time he's been performing like he did in the most recent Copa del Rey match against Linares. Not the case, my dude. You've been on the bench, the entire time. Stop acting like you've been nominated for the Ballon d'Or. You haven't, so don't ask for those type of salary wages. On top of that, the selfishness. when all of our captains have taken a salary cut, when all of our young players are deferring their own salaries to be loaded on the back end so that they're getting paid further down the road instead of getting paid today. I'm talking Pedri, I'm talking Gavi, I'm talking the superstars of tomorrow. Dembele, listen to me. Stop it. Stop it. Everyone's going to hate you, dude. Is that what you want? You want everyone to hate you? Relax on your contract. You'll get paid. Sign something reasonable now, perform well for the next 2 years, and then you will have proven yourself. Barcelona will be in a better financial situation, and you can have all the money you want, my dude. That's what needs to happen. But these demands right now need to stop. They need to stop. That's all for now. I'll get off my soapbox. Sorry, that was a rant. I apologize. Anyway, back to this lineup, folks. So Juke... too funny. In the midfield, all right, no Frankie de Jong. Ricky Puig, I think people are starting to cool on him a little bit. We've seen him get a couple of starts now. He gives the ball away a lot. Yes, he makes some interesting passes. Yes, I gave him the good box 2 matches ago, but somebody pointed out, and I started paying attention to how often he actually gives it up. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. So, I think he sits on the bench. I think Dani Alves goes in the midfield, and that's going to be Danny, Nico, and Busquets holding things down in the midfield 3. Jordi Alba, Eric, Piqué, and Mingueza getting the start in the back 4. Mingueza standing in for Araujo in this case. Araujo just had to undergo surgery for his right hand. He's going to be out for somewhere between 3 and 8 weeks from what I'm seeing. So you just have to kind of figure it out for yourself there with conflicting reports. This is a lineup that I'm thinking, though. Ter Stegen will return between the posts. Neto, very sketchy performance in the Copa del Rey against Linares. So I'm happy to see him back on the bench. So Ter Stegen, Alba, Eric, Piqué, Mingueza, Nico, Dani Alves making his La Liga debut. And then we'll see Jukla, De Jong, and Dembele up top. What do you think, my friends? What did I get wrong? Let me know in the chat. If you're watching this on replay, let me know down in the comments what you would maybe change or shift around about this starting 11. I'll turn to the chat and get caught up here. Efron Dembele has number 7. Did I put 11 on him? My bad. My bad, folks. That's quite stupid of me. Da-da-da-da-da-da. That was dumb of me. How long have I had him on number 11? Wait, is that true? Now I'm just questioning everything. Why am I questioning everything now? I'm having a brain fart on brain farts, you guys. Brain farts on brain farts. Okay, Demir's 11. Duh. Dembele is 7. Sorry, you guys. Sorry about that. So sorry. Gavi's on the bench because I'm not sure if he's going to be match fit for this one. Gavi, Dest, and Balde all just returning from COVID. So that's questionable for me, I would say. Right, Levi? I think it was the Mandela effect. I think that's got to be it. That's my bad. Mandela effect hit me hard on this one. I don't know why I had Dembele as 11. And I'm going to say I don't think I had him as 11. I think someone snuck in and changed it overnight, clearly. Because I don't make mistakes on this channel. That's the thing, you guys. Everybody who watches this channel knows I don't ever make mistakes. It doesn't happen here on the Undefeated channel. Good times. I'm human. Was he before? Did he change it to 7? Did he change? What? Dembele changed his number, right? Did he used to be 11? Now I have to do Dembele, kit number 11. Yes. Okay. I'm not crazy. I'm not a crazy person. Kit number history. Boom. I'm not crazy. All right. I'm not crazy. Justified. Yes. Bingo bango. All right. Anyway. Yes, it was a little mistake on my part. He is number 7. Excuse me. So small mistake on my part when I was building out these new lineup cards. Thanks for catching that, by the way. I could have done so much content with that being wrong. So I appreciate you looking out for me and catching that. Okay, folks. I think we're gonna stop there in terms of predictions. Barcelona need a win. We want to win. We're gonna have some players returning. I'm gonna go Barcelona 2-1 in this one. 2-1 victory away from home. I think we're going to see a goal from Dembele and a goal from Dani Alves. Let's get one. 2-1 Barcelona and a victory away from home. Don't forget to tune in for the live watch-along, Granada versus Barcelona. We're going to be starting things around 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Kickoff for that match will be 30 minutes later, 12:30 Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel so you can be part of the conversation as we watch along with Culers from around the world and support the Blaugrana onto a victory that could get them in the top 3. Very exciting stuff. You don't want to miss any of the action here on the channel. Make sure you're subscribed. Turn on those notifications, and I will see you at the match Granada versus Barcelona this Saturday, my friends. I'm going to jump off. I appreciate you all hanging out. More to come on the channel. We got some collaborations coming up. I did just get invited to do my first interview on someone else's channel, so I want to confirm a time on that before I announce it. But follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram so you don't miss any of the news, any of the updates around the channel. I'm going to go start my day. I hope you all have a wonderful day, a wonderful weekend, and I will see you tomorrow for Granada versus Barcelona. My friends, thank you so much for tuning in and taking a ride. I'll see y'all next time. Mwah.